How's it going, dive buddies? It is Kyle here, and welcome back to the Dive Wagon. And boy, am I excited to have you here today. If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, maybe consider subscribing to the Dive Wagon and sharing the love. We would love to have you jump on board this awesome adventure that we are on. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than what we normally do with our quick scuba tips because it is now April, which means that the local dive scene where I am located here in Canada is about to begin, aka the ice is melting. And that means that for us, for the people that haven't been diving throughout the entire winter, it is time for us to open our dive closets, pull out our dive gear, get them serviced, pack them all up in our bags, and get ready to go diving. So I thought that for today's video, while I pull out my equipment from my dive closet and get it all ready to go diving, I would kind of walk you through what's in my dive bag and show you what I'm using, why I'm using it, and why I like it, or maybe why I don't like it, and kind of give you a tour of my dive bags. So let's check it out. So let's start with the BCD. I've been using the Mars ProTech BCD for the last 7 years with a few modifications. This BCD can be altered to make it lighter by removing the weight pocket system, but I still didn't find this minimalistic enough for me, so I removed the straps and I replaced them with a standard webbing and a cross strap from old weight belts and buckles. For my regulator, I'm using an older Mars MR22 with an Abyss primary and a Prestige Octo, and for my instrumentation, I just have a simple pressure gauge. The mask that I've been using for the last 4 seasons has been the Hollist M4, and I love its silky silicone and it works just great for my face. For my backup mask, I have the Mars X Vision Liquid Skin, which I've been using since about 2010, and I love it as well. My snorkel of choice right now is the Aqualung Impulse 3. It breathes well, but if I'm being honest, it's a longer snorkel than some, so the dangling around can get a little bit annoying. My fins of choice for cold water diving are the Mars Power Plana fins. They are stiff enough and weighted nice, and the bungee straps are wonderful. I've also customized mine a little bit because some of my dive buddies have the same ones, so why not? Okay, so let's talk suits. The suit that I'm diving with here locally is my White Fusion Sport dry suit. I've since upgraded the outer layer with an Aqualung Fusion Tech outer layer, and Aqualung acquired the company, so these layers are interchangeable. My suit has the round wrist seals with the silicone seals, and it is a front zip suit, but I always get a buddy to do the final tug since you can never be too sure. For my dry suit accessories, I'm using an Aqualung Dry Hood Flex. It's a 7/4mm hood and it works just great. And for gloves, I'm carrying my dry gloves and my wet gloves with me. For the dry gloves, they're just standard PVC gloves with the SciTech Quick Glove Ring system. And for my wet gloves, I have the waterproof G1 5mm 5-fingered glove. And once it gets warm enough, I love using these. They're super comfy and super warm, and I can't get enough of them. Now for my suit undergarments, I go a little bit off script. My base layer is just a basic sweater and some long johns, and then I wear an old whites undergarment that, since these are super old, they're not really that warm, so I top it off with another pair of sweatpants and another sweater, and I'm usually perfect. And then for socks, I have a pair of snowboarding socks, and I layer them up with an older white socks to cover that all up. And I always bring more socks because my feet get cold and nobody likes that. I also bring my Save a Dive kit and tools with me, so I'm ready for anything. If you are curious about these details, I've got separate videos just for them. Now let's look at my accessories. My computer is a Mars Smart and I'm loving it. It's a smaller computer, but I can see it just fine, and I've got a strap extender so it fits over my dry suit just perfectly. My compass is an old Sun 2 computer that I'll be looking to upgrade this summer. It's been a little funny lately, and when your compass can't do the one thing that it's supposed to properly do, you've probably got a little problem. I also carry a safety sausage in my pocket should I be diving somewhere and come up and need something long and bright to get someone's attention. And I also have a reel in my dry suit pocket, but the reel didn't seem to get the memo for the making of this video. Then in my car, I carry a buoy and a dive flag from Trident and some lines so we can mark out our dive spot if we're going to a place where there may be some boat traffic. Next we have my lead. There isn't anything fancy here, it's just standard dive weights and a weight belt. Now the tanks that I use are high pressure steel 100 cubic foot tanks that are currently at my local dive shop. And that's what's in my dive bags. I keep my dry suit and other suit related wet gear in one tub and all the other wet gear in the other. My dry stuff stays in the red duffel, and then I've got my weight bag. And there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know it was a little bit different than what we normally do, but I had a ton of fun making it and showing you the equipment that I'm using and why I'm using it. If you've got any specific questions about the equipment that I'm using, or just any other questions about diving in Canada, or questions about equipment, make sure you leave me a note in the comment section below, and I will definitely be answering all of the questions that you put. We will see you next time, and happy diving.